Chris, thought your guys did a nice job coming back and playing a strong third period.
Yeah, I think the third period is fair. I mean, the first two periods we were, the first period in particular, I thought we were fighting it bad. The beginning of the second, we were fighting it. Now, full credit to Ohio State. I mean, they responded to yesterday's game, and they came out hard, which we tried to warn and tell our guys that was going to happen. If it wasn't for Chris Nell, it would have been different. And then I think as the game went on, we created our chances. It wasn't much consistency with the chances, but we had big-time chances, and their guy made some good saves. And then the third, I thought we played well. I'm not sure if we worked to earn that bounce that we got. I mean, it looked like it went off their stick. Did Cooper get a piece of that goal? Did it look like? It was hard to tell from where I was, and then obviously Matt's goal was nice to see. But I thought the third was our best period for sure, at least the way I remember it.
Getting that goal, and then right away they have a breakaway. How big was the goal?
Oh, it was huge. I mean, we talked a lot about this. We're looking for, a guy or a couple of guys to separate themselves. And I thought there was two good efforts this weekend. Chris got challenged more tonight than probably Tommy did last night, and that was a prime example. Those are type of plays that, from a Chris Nell perspective, is great. We need that save. But from a team perspective, that just cannot happen. It's just there's no excuse for that. We have to clean that up.
How would you analyze how Chris played throughout it?
Very well. He looked on top of it. Chris is a quiet guy and kind of a soft-spoken guy, but there's a fire in him, and you could see that. He was at the bench cheering the guys on. He was tapping gloves when we left the ice for the second period. I think it bothered him that he didn't play last Saturday because he knew he deserved to play, but there was a situation. He knew what the accountability was. We wanted to get him in the net because he did deserve to be in the net. I thought he looked on top of it from the beginning.
You mentioned special teams tonight. You hold down 0 for 6 in the power play. Going back to last time as well. You guys had a good weekend.
Yeah, I mean, 0 for on the power play. I think we were 0 for 2 last night, so 0 for 5 in the weekend. They were 1 for 3 last night, and then 0 for 6 tonight. I don't love 6, but Chris Polkamp's penalty in the third was out of hard work. I mean, I'm going to take that all day. I don't want it to put us down 5-on-3, but he's working and grinding and playing the game the way we expect Chris to play. So I didn't necessarily think it was undisciplined. I don't love 6 penalties. So we'll have to find a way to play hard and not take 6 penalties.
How about your PK unit? You guys took some penalties, but... Yeah,
I thought our PK unit was good, and we've been good the last little bit. Again, I 3 and 4, I've got no problem with. 6 is too many, especially with a 5-on-3 in the third period with a 1-goal lead. So, all in all, we executed the ebbs and flows of games and the highs and lows. We've tried to control that and not get too high and too low either way. I thought our guys did a pretty good job with that tonight and stayed focused and executed, played.
You had a 5-on-3 yourself, not taking advantage. I guess a game that could have gone either way.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I actually thought we got a great look. Ben Murphy, we did exactly what we were looking to do in the 5-on-3, and he just missed the net. I mean, it was open, it was there. It was just that night. It was one of those nights. So, they have a 5-on-3 and don't score, and we have a 5-on-3 and don't score. So, but I did like the look that we got, or a couple of looks we got.
Even though you didn't score on the 5-on-3, you really seemed you started to gain some momentum. Really curious.
Yeah, again, there was a couple of plays in the 5-on-3 that were close to embarrassing with the way we fell down and not there. And then there was a couple that were really good, the way we drew them up. And we just missed the net or just missed a pass or whatever. And I would say if you look at the game, it probably was the time, Kevin, when we started to kind of do a little bit more consistently. So, yeah, that sometimes happens. But usually to get that momentum, you have to score. So to be able to create some momentum by not scoring, that's a good thing.
I know we keep talking about the power plays, but one thing that jumped out at me, and we were talking I guess early, was it coming out of the second into, I think it was into the third, where he carried it over. It seemed like there was a couple of power plays where he never got the full 2 minutes. Is that just like discipline, or is it just like you said on one of the power plays, aggressiveness, and you like that? Or
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not exactly sure why it shook out that way. I know we went into the second period, and I think we went into the third period on the power play. Is that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
it seemed like there was a couple penalties because we were talking about it. It seemed like there was a couple power plays where you never really got your full 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you were on the power play and then you commit a penalty, so you never got your full 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if that gets in the way or not. We need to get on the same page power play wise, and 0 for 5 obviously says we're not just yet.
Talk about the series, Coach. Ohio State, obviously not a league game for you, but how important is it to, especially with 2 close games last year, to sweep them?
Yeah, well, it's a huge series. It's Ohio State, and to go down there last night and come out with the result we did and played pretty well, and to be able to come back home tonight knowing that even without students, it was going to be, I mean, without the student body on campus, there was going to be a good crowd and a good buzz in the place, and we thought that and we felt that, and it almost felt like last year's game a little bit, like the place was ready to explode, but we weren't playing well enough to make it happen. But this year we stuck with it and got a couple bounces. I've said this a bunch, Clint. I'm very appreciative of Ohio State continuing to play us, and when I say that is they're willing to come here. And our crowd and our fans, students and townspeople alike love watching us play Ohio State, and I think it's a great rivalry, and I'm glad they're on our schedule.
Chris, given that it was one of those nights, kind of like for your words, you happy to get away with the win here, or?
Absolutely. John, let's not make any mistake. It was one of those nights, but a win is a win for me and for our program. We worry about the process, and we focus on the process, and we let the results take care of themselves. But we want results. And to get the result tonight, to find a way in a situation where, you know, it maybe wasn't our night, quote unquote, that had as much to do with Ohio State as it did with us. Because they were digging in, they were ready for a fist fight, and I don't think we were. But we'll take the result all day.
Good. Okay,
Thanks very much.
We're here, guys.
I think you just answered the question.
There you go.
Can you just
Then we were going to ask.
yeah,
so.
can you walk through that goal? What happened in your eyes?
Yeah, well, Murph won a battle down in our zone, and I got the puck and got skating, and he drove the net hard. I tried to hit his stick, and it deflected off their guy's skate and went 5-0.
Can you talk about the emotional lift of a goal? And I mean, fluky goal, but the emotional lift of getting that goal in a scoreless game, third period, and all the things that go with that.
Yeah, well, I found till that point the bounces kind of weren't going our way, so it was nice to get a bounce, and kind of got our team rolling. We had some momentum leading to that goal, and then late in the third, I thought we picked it up after that goal.
Do you see some similarities with Ohio State with the way they play, how hard they are in pucks, how relentless they are?
Yeah, for sure. They're a good team, hard to play against. They play the same way as us, similar, and it's I guess it's good in the fact that we practice that way, so we get a taste of it. But they're a good team, and luckily we got the wins.
Can you talk a little bit about getting a punch from them in this game after? Tell me if I'm wrong here. Handling them yesterday, I mean,
Yeah.
Relatively comfortable game.
Yeah. Well, we knew they'd come out firing tonight after what happened last night. I think we were prepared, but we could have been better prepared for that first punch. But we stuck with it and kept with our game plan and got the win.
How big is it for you guys? I mean, what's the excitement like in the locker room? You just beat them twice to start the season.
Yeah, it's great. It's obviously very important to get off to a good start early in the season, and an in-state rival like Ohio State with a good crowd and our home opener was awesome, and the room was very fun to be in after the game.
Quite the battle out there. Both goaltenders for each team. Just how impressive was that? Just to watch and just be a part of that.
Yeah, well, Chris Nell obviously had a great game, but frustrating to watch it on the other hand. We had a bunch of chances in the slot, but just couldn't bury. Their goalie played great, but a bounce here or there and a good shot by Matt Polkamp got us the win.
Seemed like your name came up a couple times in preseason, talking to Coach Coop about he was really going to challenge you this year. Did he challenge you? I mean, to take your game to another level this year? You've had a good start.
Yeah, for sure. He looks at the seniors and the leadership to lead the team, and he's talked to me about being on the last minute of games and stuff, and leading by example. So I feel if we can stick to that game plan and our seniors play well, hopefully the younger guys will follow and we'll continue on the path of success.
Good.
Chris, can you talk a little bit about getting this start after missing the exhibition game? I mean, just what's running through your mind in that sense?
Obviously you always want to try to get that game in, preseason game in, and kind of get your legs and feel the puck and kind of get back into the game rhythm. And I just kind of use practice as a way to kind of get my legs back under me. Every day in practice we're battling really hard, and it's game-like. So, it was tough not having that to get back into it, but just prepare like any other game, and just kind of come back like that.
At the end, it was obvious you had the skate up and the arm up. You were fired up, obviously big win, but Coach has said he's wanting one of you guys to really step up in that. How much do you guys challenge each other? I know you support each other, but to want to be that guy.
Oh, it's every day. If you don't come ready to practice one day, and you're going to get exposed for it, and all three goalies we have, I think all three of us can play at this level and probably beyond. And we're every day in practice. If you're one of them that didn't really show up, you're going to get exposed. But it's like you said, it's supportive, and no one's ever wanting someone to play bad. We're all happy for each other when we play well, and we push each other to be our best. And I think every day that happens.
Rightfully so, you'll get a lot of talk about your play tonight, but the guys in front of you also playing a big factor in helping you.
Yeah, I want to say they probably had, I think, right around 25 or less shots, but the block shots number had to be at least 35. I think it seemed like to every one shot we had at least 3 block shots, and that's the game we were playing. Things weren't obviously going our way right away. We were getting some tough bounces, but we battled in the defensive zone. We stuck to we collapsed and blocked shots and just played a good team defense tonight, and I think that's a big part. They didn't really get all too many grade A chances, and I thought we came together really nice and fought all game long.
After the goal, boom, they're on the breakaway right away. That was a huge save. Kind of describe that, what was happening. Obviously you saw it, but you were there. What was it like for you making that? That was a huge save.
Yeah, it was just kind of all of a sudden happened. It looked like a weird bounce or something, and their guy came in, and I just kind of came out and just tried to challenge, and I didn't. Nothing was really going through my mind. I was just kind of staring at the puck. I just wanted to make, let him make the first move, and then hopefully be in the right spot, and I was. And but yeah, it was kind of surreal almost. It kind of just all happened.
Is there extra pressure on you in a game where, yes, you're making saves, but their guys basically matching you save for save and it's scoreless?
Yeah, I guess there's always pressure when that's happening, but it's just kind of, you got to take every shot at a time. You can't really worry about what he's doing down there, and just make the saves that you can make. And kind of like there's sometimes maybe in between whistles where you're like, wow, he's playing a great game, I got to match it. But at the end of the day, you can only control what you can control, and that's what I try to do.
Obviously, you guys want the win, but what was it like getting a shutout against Ohio State?
It was pretty cool. Growing up, I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin, kind of seeing that Wisconsin, Ohio State, and all that stuff. It was really cool to kind of get that, the shutout in a big game. But without the guys in front of me, it definitely wouldn't have happened. I think they saved probably at least 1 or 2 goals at my count with some of their block shots and defensive plays. So, but it's a good team win. It's a good feeling for everyone in the locker room. Now we just have to keep rolling. We can't let this get to us. We'll just come ready to play Tuesday at Western.
Pretty cool atmosphere.
Yeah, I think we might have the best fans in the country. It's crazy when you come out in warm-ups. It's loud. And then right into the game, everyone's on their feet. The student section's crazy, chanting. And they're not just fair weather fans. They appreciate the penalty kills. They appreciate the block shots. It's kind of cool to see hockey really taking off. I mean, I've only been here 2 years, and both years have been great, but the fans